Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we're gonna solve another Leetcode question. It's a question number 13. Roman 2 integers is the tagline of this question. So let's just go ahead and try to understand the statement first before we go ahead and write a code. So I'll just zoom into the screen for the better view, and let's read the statement first. The statement says that Roman numerals are represented by 7 different symbols: I, V, X, L, C, D, and M. And we have the values decided for all these characters. For example, I has the value of 1, V has the value of 5, X has the value of 10, and all the way to M, which has the value of 1000. So we have to read the string in which we will be given all these characters, and then based on their values we have to find out the replica of this number in the digits form or in the integers form. So here we have a given statement says that, for example, 2 is written as I, because I has a value of 1, so 2 i's mean 1 plus 1, which will be 2. In numeral numbers, just 2 ones added together. 12 is written as XII. Now, for example, we have these 3 numbers. I'll just go ahead and open up a notepad. Actually, I already have open up here, so I'll just go ahead and remove this. Okay, so we have X, I, and I. Now remember, if you see here, we have the value of X as 10. So we have 10 plus the value of I is 1, and the value of I is 1. So 10 plus 1 will be 12. So that is what it is saying us, that 12 is written as XII in Roman numerals. And here it's actually saying that, which is simply X plus II. X is 10 and II is 2, so we will get the answer of 12. And the number 27 is written as XXVII. We'll just go ahead and try the same thing. I'll just write here XXVII and I. So X has value of 10 plus X has value of 10 plus V has value of 5 plus 1 and plus 1. So 10 plus 10 is equal to 20. 20 plus 5, 25, 26, and 27. So that is how we can convert our number, our Roman numerals, into the integers or numbers. But there's a catch. There's another scenario in which here you can see all the values are added, but in that scenario we will actually subtract the values from the other. I'll just give you an example. For example, we have a Roman numeral as IV. So in that case, you can see I is the smaller value and V is the greater value. So in this scenario, the order of this Roman numeral is ascending. For example, first we have smaller value, and after that we have the greater value. In this case, the value which is smaller will be subtracted from the next value which is bigger. For example, if I'll just go ahead, and we all know that the value of IV is actually 4. So if we I just create a space here, and we know that the value of I is 1 and the value of V is 5. So generally all these values should be added, right? But because we have these Roman numerals in ascending order, first we have the smaller value, and the second after that we have our greater value, then the smaller value will obviously be subtracted. So we will have -1 plus 5. So the answer of this will be 4, and that is how we get the answer of IV as 4. Same goes for the other value. For example, we all know that the X has a value of 10, but if we write it as IX, then the value is 9. Why? Because it's again in the ascending order. the smaller value is coming before the greater value, right? So in that case we will subtract the smaller value and from the bigger value, and we will get our 9. But when we write xi, now it is descending value, because first we have the greater value and after that we have smaller value. So in that case all values will be added instead of subtracting. So the answer of this will be 11, and we all know that the value of xi is 11, right? So that is what we have to consider when solving this question. We'll just go ahead and take a look on the examples. Here we have a string in which we have 3 Roman characters I, and because they all have equal values, then all of these values will be added. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 will be 3, and this is the output that we are expecting. After that we have this string right here in which we have L, V, I, and I. So I'll just open up my notepad again and we'll give it a try. We have L, V, I, right? So here we will see what is the value of L. It is 50. So we'll just go down here. Now we know that the value of L is 50, the value of V is 5, and I is 1. So all this character is in descending order, so then nothing will be subtracted and everything will be added. So we'll write 50 plus the value of V is 5 plus value of I is 1 plus value of I is 1 plus value of I is 1, and at the end we will get the answer of 58. So we'll just go ahead on the example and see if the output is same. So you can see we are getting 58 in the output. But what about this example right here? We'll just discuss this, and I'll just open up my notepad again here. Okay, now we can write M, C, M, X, C, I, and V. So we'll just open up this table again so that we can see the values of these characters. We all know that M is 1000 and C is 100. So these two characters are actually in descending order, so they will be added. M will have the value of 1000. I'll just go ahead and I'll just push it a bit forward. Okay, and the value of C is obviously 100, right? Now after that we have again M. So in that case C is smaller and M is greater, so it will become ascending. So in that case this 100 will be negative instead of being positive, and after that we will have 1000 again, right? Now after that we have this X. This X is obviously smaller. We'll just go ahead and write its value. So it is 10. Now the next value is C, which is greater than X. We know that the value of C is 100 and the value of X is 10. So in that case this 10 will also be negative and C will be here positive. Now after that we have I, and after that we have V. Now these two are also in ascending order, so we will have -1 plus 5. So if we will solve this question, I'll just write here plus, so we'll get the answer of 1000 minus 100 will get 900. 900 plus 1000 we will get 1900. 1900 plus 100, 2000. 2000 minus 10 will be 1990, and it will be if we add 5 in it, then it will be 1995, and minus 1 1994. So the answer should be 1994 hopefully. So if we just go on the example, and we'll see that the output of this string is 1994. So I hope this question is clear to you. So we'll just go ahead and write the code for it, and along the way if something is not clear to you, it will be cleared in the coding. I'll just zoom out so we can see this window right here, and after that I'll just remove this, and we'll just go ahead and try to write the code. code for this. Okay, first of all, we have to store all these values, so when we write the code, we can actually retrieve the values of these Roman characters to solve our logic or solve our problem, right? So for that, I'll just use map or dictionary, because I'm using the Python. So I can just call dictionary, and I'll write these curly brackets, and in those curly brackets we can just write the values of all these Roman characters. Now this is the key, and this is the value. That's how dictionary actually works. So whenever we'll go to the I in this dictionary, we will get its value, which is 1. So that is how we can iterate through this dictionary and extract the values we want according to the string that we are given in the input. Okay, so I'll just quickly write these values in the dictionary. Okay, we have created a dictionary in which we have stored the values of these Roman characters in key and value format, which means that this I key has the value of 1, this V key has the value of 5, this X key has the value of 10, and that is how we can call these characters and retrieve the values saved against them, right? So after that, I'll just go ahead and I'll declare a variable here which is called result, or you can just rename it anything that you want. Let's just call it A, and after that we'll just we will try to read our input, and according to our input string we will go ahead and iterate through this dictionary, and we'll do whatever we want to do to extract the output in the results, right? So for that we will have to iterate through this string. So we will write for loop for I in range length s, right? So in this way we can iterate through the entire string that we are given in the output, and for which we have to find their result in the integer format. After iterating through, remember we had to compare our characters in order to find whether the values will be added or subtracted. If you remember this, we compared these characters, and then we figured out that whether their values will be abstracted, or here you can see whether they are being subtracted, right? So for that we have to actually write a logic or write a condition that we don't go beyond this string. For example, if you are at the end of string, then there's nothing coming after it, so you cannot compare this with anything, and you have to stop. So for that you have to write a condition that doesn't let you go out of bound. So you can just write if I plus 1 is less than ln of s. So in this case, I plus 1, for example, you are here, in which case you have the index of 2. So 2 plus 1 will be 3, and the entire length of this string is also 3. So in that case it will stop working, and it doesn't let our program go into the error condition. So this condition will actually prevent our code from going out of bounds. Now in addition to that, we can just go ahead and write another condition in which we will compare these two characters, and for that we will write dictionary, which is for this hash map that we created, and in that hash map we will ask for the current character from this string, and we will try to compare it with the next value that is coming in the string. So for example, if the first value I is lesser than the next value I plus 1, then that means we have to subtract the values. Remember, whenever we had this Roman numerals in ascending order, which means the smaller value was coming before the greater value, then we usually went ahead and subtracted the values. So in this case we will just have to write that A is minus equals dictionary SI. It also means that A is equal to A minus dic SI. It's actually saying that if the current value in the string is smaller than the next value, then just go ahead and subtract that current value from the previously stored value in this variable A. So we're just subtracting this with this line, and in other condition, which is vice versa of this first condition, which means that the current position is actually greater than the coming. In that case, our Roman numerals will be in descending order. So we'll just go ahead and we'll ask to add that value into the previous value. Okay, so that is it about calculating, or adding or subtracting the values based on their order. And after that, we'll just get out of that for loop and we'll return our A at the end. So we'll just go ahead and run our code and see whether it works or not. Okay, so you can see it is accepted. We'll just go ahead and submit this to see whether it is cleared for all the test cases or not. And here you can see this problem is solved for all the test cases, and these are the random values that Leetcode gives us, and that pretty much means nothing. So we really don't have to worry about this. So that was it for this video. I hope you liked this video and you learned something significant. If you like this video, do tell me in the comment section, and share this video with your friends and your fellows, and also consider subscribing my YouTube channel for the upcoming videos like this. So cheers.